Hi guys, welcome back to asedoskitchen. I trust that you are all doing well. For new viewers, welcome to our family. In today's video, I'm transforming lamb bones into a delicious and nourishing golden turmeric soup. Turmeric is packed with curcumin, an anti-inflammatory and immune-boosting compound. This soup can help keep colds at bay, making it a perfect fit for chilly winter days. All the ingredients used can be found in the description box, so be sure to check it out as we get straight into the process. I heat some oil and add the onions and garlic. I stir this for about 30 seconds or until the garlic is fragrant. The kitchen is filled with the sweet aroma of the sauteed onions and garlic, so I now add the lamb bones and sear this for 2 to 3 minutes. The sauteed aromatics plus the seared lamb bones give the soup a beautiful flavor profile. I add the spices and seasoning, topped with roughly 2 liters of water. Please refer to the description box below for the ingredients list plus quantities used. I cook this for 20 minutes on a medium flame. At this point, I add the vegetables and cook them for 15 to 20 minutes or until the vegetables are cooked. I'm using carrots and potatoes, but feel free to add any other vegetable of your choice. I used the potatoes whole, so it takes more time to cook. After 15 minutes, I check if the potatoes are cooked by poking through them with a fork. The fork did not go through with ease, so it needed more time to cook. I adjust salt to taste and add more water. Then I let it simmer on low for 5 minutes. The potatoes are now cooked and the soup tastes delicious. This fragrant golden soup can be served by itself or paired with kisra, injera, rice or bread rolls. I turn the heat off and serve. If you enjoyed this recipe, please like, comment and share. If you're new here or you've been watching without subscribing and enjoy content of this nature, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post a new video. And if you try this recipe, let us know in the comments how yours turned out. Thanks for stopping by and see you all in my next video. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm honoring my South Sudanese roots with this rich tender beef, spinach, okra and peanut butter soup. This soup balances the earthy and nuttiness of peanut butter with vibrant greens, turning this into the perfect comfort dish. Mula combo is super simple and uses minimal ingredients. My recipe does not include onions or spices, but feel free to add them in if you prefer to. Everyone has their own method of making mula combo, which is also fine. To make it, I start by boiling the meat with oil and salt or seasoning. I let this cook on medium heat until the meat is cooked to my liking. This takes roughly 30 to 40 minutes. While the meat is cooking, I add the okra into a large pot with hot water and add the combo solution. Then I let it cook until the okra softens. I'm using a teaspoon of combo, which I dissolved in hot water. As you see here, I don't add all the contents because any impurities settle at the bottom of the cup. I cook this on low heat and keep an eye on it the entire time to prevent the okra from boiling over the pot. Once the okra is cooked, I add the spinach and cook it for 5 minutes. Then I blend it and place the pot back on low heat. I add 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and beat it into the vegetables until it's well blended in with no lumps. Add a little water if it's too thick, but be careful not to add too much since the broth will further lighten the soup. With the peanut butter incorporated into the vegetables, I turn the heat off. The kitchen smells amazing and the air is filled with the nutty aroma of peanut butter. Once the meat is cooked, I add the meat and broth into the vegetables and let everything come to a boil. At this point, I adjust salt to taste, allow a minute for it to blend in, and turn the heat off. I didn't add any more water because I like the soup with a consistency that's not too thick nor too light. However, feel free to adjust the amount of water to your liking. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy it as much as my family does. If you do, kindly share your thoughts in the comments section below. Our soup is ready. I paired it with injera, but it also pairs well with kisra or asida. If you like this video, please like, comment and share. And for more of my simple recipes, remember to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads. Thanks for watching and see you all in my next video. Hi friends, welcome back to Asedo's Kitchen. Imagine the aroma of cumin, coriander and garlic filling your kitchen as you simmer simple green lentils into a rich comfort dish. I'm cooking this Sudanese staple with root vegetables. Find the ingredients in the description as we go straight into the process. I heat some oil and saute the onions. Just as they start browning, I add celery, tomatoes, carrots and potatoes. I cook this for a minute, then add freshly ground black pepper, salt, garlic and the lentils. I cleaned the lentils and soaked them for an hour and drained the water. I add vegetable stock and a cup of water and bring this to a rapid boil before cooking it on low for 20 to 30 minutes. The lentils are now cooked, so I add vegeta, cumin powder, curry powder, water as needed and let it cook on low for 5 more minutes. This time is enough for everything to blend in well. Our stew is now ready. I add chopped coriander leaves to garnish and for the aroma. For a thick and creamy stew consistency, I lightly blend the lentils with this traditional South Sudanese cooking stick. You can use an electric hand blender for a quick pulse through. Once happy with the consistency, I drizzle a little olive oil on top and turn the heat off. The aroma in the kitchen at this point is so good and the stew tastes amazing. This can be served with kisra, injera, rice, dabo, chapati, or dinner rolls. If you like this video and this is the sort of content you're after and are yet to subscribe to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could show your support to this channel by hyping this video, giving it a big thumbs up and engaging in the comments below. This is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you all in my next one. Hi there, welcome back to Asedo's Kitchen. Today we are making mula khudra mafruka. This aromatic soup features tender beef simmered with garlic, spices and jute leaves. It unlocks generations of flavor, sharing a comforting, authentic taste of home which represents Sudanese culinary heritage. I'm using fresh jute leaves for this recipe. They are so fresh because they are in season. These are 4 bunches. Look at how good they look. I pluck the leaves off the stems as you can see me doing here. Once done, I wash the leaves a couple of times before cooking. For how I do this, check out the video linked above. With the jute leaves all clean, I boil some water in a large pot, then add the jute leaves and dill, followed by the combo solution, and cook it until the leaves are cooked. This takes anywhere between 6 to 10 minutes because this is not a large amount. I haven't cooked fresh jute leaves in a long time, so I forgot how much they shrink. I add the cooked jute leaves into a measuring jug and blend. Once done, I set it aside and cook the meat. I reduced the amount of meat I was originally going to use because the leaves shrank so much. I add meat into a pot along with onion, a cinnamon stick, seasoning cubes, salt, black pepper, coriander powder and oil. I'm using beef for this recipe, but feel free to use lamb or goat as preferred. I top these ingredients with water and cook it for 35 to 40 minutes or until the meat is cooked to my liking. Find the full ingredient list plus quantities used in the description down below. I now add garlic and cumin powder and cook for 5 more minutes for these to blend in well. I add the blended jute leaves, mix to combine and adjust salt to taste if needed. I bring this to a boil and turn the heat off. Our soup is ready and it tastes delicious. It can be paired with kisra, asida or Ethiopian injera. If you like this video and would like to follow more of my simple recipes, don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post a new video. This is it from me today. Thanks for watching and bye for now. Today's recipe has nourished my family for generations. This isn't just about cooking, it's about preserving a delicious piece of history. I'm showing you a South Sudanese dry okra soup, which reminds me of the warmth of home and tradition. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. The ingredients for this recipe are listed in the description box below, so let's get straight into the steps. In a large pot, I add all ingredients except the cumin powder, garlic, and dry okra powder. I top the ingredients up with water, stir to combine and cook this for 40 to 45 minutes or until the meat is cooked. I like mine soft but still firm. Once the meat is cooked to my liking, I add the garlic and cumin powder, adjust the water level and allow 5 minutes for these to blend in. At this point, I add the dry okra powder and whisk it into the soup until it's well blended in with no lumps. The kitchen is now filled with the warm and earthy aromatic fragrance of cumin powder and garlic. I adjust salt to taste and add more water because I wanted a light soup. Once happy with the consistency of the soup, I let it boil before turning the heat off. Our dry okra soup is now ready and it is super tasty. We paired it with Ethiopian injera, but it can also be served with kisra or asida. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy it as much as I do. If you like this recipe, kindly give this video a thumbs up, engage in the comments section, share and subscribe for more recipes. Thanks for watching and see you all in my next video. In today's video, I'm bridging the gap between traditional comfort and modern flavor by matching smooth South Sudanese red lentil soup with juicy oven-baked chicken wings and served with warm Turkish bread. Stick around to the end of this video to see how this all ties together. Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. If you're stopping by for the first time, welcome to our growing family. If you enjoy quick and easy recipes, consider subscribing. To make things easier, I marinated the wings last night, so I start with them. I spread oil on a baking dish, then arrange the wings onto it in a single layer. I marinated them with vegeta, coriander powder, cumin powder, garlic powder, paprika, oregano, black pepper, and extra virgin olive oil. Feel free to use your choice of seasonings, but if you'd like to use the ones I used, I've listed all the quantities in the description of this video. I bake them in a preheated oven for 45 minutes to an hour at 200 degrees, flipping the wings at the 30-minute mark. As this is going, I move on to the lentil soup. This is the simplest method of cooking red lentil soup. In a large pot, I add my washed lentils, oil, onion, black pepper, coriander powder, turmeric powder, cumin powder, and garlic paste, topped with water. I stir to combine, then let it simmer on low for 20 to 30 minutes or until the lentils are cooked. I turn the heat off to prevent getting burnt by the bubbly lentils. I stir the lentils, add vegeta, adjust salt to taste and bring it to a boil. The lentils are now ready to blend, so I turn the heat off. I flip the chicken and put it back into the oven for 15 to 30 minutes depending on the size of the wings or until the chicken is cooked. I now blend the lentils and place the pot back onto the stove on low heat. I didn't add more salt or water because the soup was just right. I turn the heat off and set it aside ready to serve. However, if the soup is too thick, add water to thin it out and adjust salt and seasoning according to your taste. At this point, the aroma in the kitchen is so good. These wings are small, so after flipping them, I baked the wing flats for 15 minutes and gave the drumettes an extra 5 minutes. I let them rest for 5 minutes before transferring it into a separate container ready to serve. I ordered this from our favorite kebab joint and it arrived warm, so I served it right away. I cut the Turkish bread in smaller pieces and dinner is now ready to serve. This creamy lentil soup paired with warm Turkish bread and soft and juicy chicken is perfect. This combination is so delicious and I hope you try it out. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button, comment down below and share it with your friends and family. And if this is the kind of content you'd like to follow, subscribe and tap the notification bell to be alerted every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching and see you all in my next one. The rich aromatic flavors of Sudanese and South Sudanese cuisine are brought to life through this ultimate blended okra soup. To learn how to make this, stick around to the end of this video and follow these simple steps. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For all new viewers, thanks for stopping by. All ingredients for this recipe are listed down below, so be sure to check them out. I add meat, black pepper, coriander powder, cinnamon stick, vegeta, onion and oil into a pot. I top these ingredients with water, add ginger, mix to combine and cook this for 35 to 40 minutes or until the meat is cooked. In a separate pot, I add the okra, hot water, vegeta and dill. I let this cook until the okra is cooked. The easiest way of knowing if the okra is ready is looking at the seeds. They start out white, but when cooked, the seeds have a pinkish tint. The okra is also soft at this point and easily falls apart when pressed. Once cooked, I turn the heat off, blend the okra, cover and set it aside. I now check the meat and it is cooked. I add cumin powder, garlic and salt. Then I cook this for 5 more minutes. Don't add too much salt at this point as it can be adjusted afterwards. It's now time to combine the meat and okra. I place the okra back on the stove and add the cooked meat. Give it a mix, adjust salt to taste and give the salt time to blend in. At this point, the soup is ready, so I turn the heat off. The kitchen smells amazing and the soup turned out so good. I served it with a cedar, but it can also be served with kisra or injera. Kindly support my channel by hyping this video, like, comment and share. And if you'd like to follow more of my simple recipes, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and until next time, bye bye.